Today is the first episode of our new video series where we're going to document what we do on the day-to-day basis and share with you.
That's information I will share with you under certain conditions only.
On a weekly compiled video. As a sign shop, we get a lot of new and interesting requests every single week, so we'll make sure that you never get bored. So whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned business owner, or you're just curious to see what goes on behind the scenes, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and hit the notification bell because we're going to be posting videos at least every 2 weeks.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Now welcome to our shop and come on in because we got a lot of work to do today. And for starters, we had our weekly meeting. I'm gonna tell the guys what they need to do as far as the schedule goes. And the schedule when it comes to signs and things like that, sometimes we have projects that become more urgent. So it kind of flips and switches around, but for the most part, having a basis of a schedule helps us kind of be a little bit more organized and get projects out the door when they need to be done. Today the guys, my brother Kevin and my dad Ray, are going to be out doing some surveys. They're going to be out in a soccer field and working on some extended stay surveys as well.
So June wanted me to film this. Right now we are at the first suite survey location. Right here we're at like a soccer park. That's a good question. Now let me continue the survey.
All right, so like our boy Kevin said, we're taking a survey of this area here. This is actually a soccer park where we're going to be installing some banners, and we're just trying to get the measurements, starting off with the linear footage.
Meanwhile,
so what I'm going to focus on is the emails, the invoices, design setup, and this and that.
I have so much work to do.
So ordering materials, I like to do that in the beginning of the day or in the beginning of the week at least, just so I can get them on time and get these projects delivered. So I found what we were looking for. It is ultra foam board, and I'm gonna be doing 1/2 inch thickness, 4x8, and let's do a full white board. Add to cart, boom. And let's see, do I need anything else? I might want to re-up on our inks because we are running a little bit low on, I think, cyan. So I might go back there, check that out, and also order some inks while we're at it. When it comes to ink orders, I typically wait till we are about lower than 50% to order. I do have cyan in stock. I'm missing magenta and black. I'm also missing. So I think I might re-up on magenta and black. Oh. Got a lot for us today. All right, thank you. We just had the Amazon man bring us some packages. We got some of our Scotch blue tape. This tape right here is the holy grail of tape. This I only order for the installations. All right, guys, we're gonna switch up the pace, and I'm gonna introduce you to Gloria. She's making a rare appearance on camera. This is actually my mom. She doesn't really do the camera stuff, but today she decided to bless us with her presence. And her job here at the shop is to handle all the middle station stuff. So any vinyl work, she's pretty much become a master with the plotter and with vinyl. Her main job for the day today is gonna be tackling these jerseys right here. And these are going to be some fire jerseys, not only because we're making them, but because they're for our soccer team, the ATL Raptors.
I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the call, she's shutting that down. Started at the top and I'm taking it down.
Alright guys, check this out. We are all wrapped up with the jerseys. And we had pretty good Instagram live session, not Instagram, TikTok live session. But anyway, here are the jerseys that we got, and we got the goalie jersey is in gray, and then the team jersey is going to be this one, which is the signature Rey Signs, Salsa Valentina. The signature, muda limonato, way. We're Mexican. All right, and then we got the signature Rey Signs color. So here we go. You got this cool design that I came up with. Hold on. Alright, so here you guys have it. It is a Nike dry fit shirt. We just did some vinyl lettering on there, and we also did this little claw mark. So the effect is when they're playing and they have this on, it'll be on their shoulder, and it's like a little, you know, claw mark. And obviously you can't sponsor a team without actually putting your name on it. And because this is going to be one of those teams where we have rotating players, we're going to go ahead and just do Rey Signs on the back. You know, gets a little bit of publicity. and have a little bit of fun at the games. So this is pretty much the jersey. We're gonna have a game tonight, so I'll make sure to try to record some clips.
Later that day.
Oh, I need these jerseys back. The ones I just gave you. Yeah, I'll bring them back next week with these. And then I got we got shorts too, but I'll give those to you next week. Yeah, and we got socks. Yeah, if we play good, we get clean.
My boy, you gotta jog. You gotta jog out the field, my boy.
Look at me, yeah. Look at me, yeah. Look at me, yeah. Look at me, look at me, look at me, yeah. Look at me, yeah. Hey.
Good game, man. Nice work, everybody. Good game. Outdid yourself today. Might give you a Longhorn Steakhouse dinner. We got half. Good game. Ray, I'm your brother. It doesn't matter.
All right, now it's Tuesday, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the day off by picking up some materials. Then we're gonna head over to the shop. All right, what is up, everybody? Right now, I am working on a special project, which I'm testing out some different UV ink techniques. And basically, we're trying to do a black on black look. So black, like matte black, and then glossy black is what we're going for. Alright, so this is something special our printer can do, which is the UV ink effect. This is UV black gloss on top of matte black. I really like the way this looks. This looks very elegant. I want more people to get into this because it just, if it's done right, it looks real good, like this design right here. If you guys have a UV printer or know somebody that has a UV printer and is not taking advantage of this, I actually made a UV printer guide, which basically details how to create this effect, because it did take me a while to figure out how to create the spot UV versus the full UV versus like different, and how different textures work. So I'm thinking that, you know, something like this could be helpful to people, where I just detailed instructions, and I might even make a tutorial video on how to set up your machine for this particular purpose. So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure you leave it in the comment section below.
Sounds like a whole lot of hoopla. Anyway, we're back in this part of the video where we are currently mounting our welded bases. You didn't get to see it because, well, the battery ran out for the mics. And I went ahead and welded what I need to do. But it's just a quick weld here, and now this thing is hot. All very sticky and hot. Don't take that out of context. I feel like that's the first thing June's gonna do. Put our nice little screws back in place. This is always the more tedious part of the installation or reinstallation. But this is our bucket truck, so we do it for free. For our bucket, for our own vehicles. You don't get it free. If you're lucky enough, you get to pay me. And yeah, that is sturdy. That is highway approved. Did we get a thread? We got a thread. You know, they invented power tools for a reason. I don't know why I'm not using it. Oh yeah, that's sturdy. That's not gonna come off for another year or so. And that is the installation. All complete. All presto.
Just made a little announcement that we're going to be going live tomorrow on TikTok, so I want to make sure that we stick to our word, and I have pretty much set a little agenda for everything we're going to be doing on TikTok Lives. Basically a printing session and answering some of those very niche questions.
So basically, I went from changing oil, welding, to tinting. I'm a man of many talents, but this is just one of them. Or that cardboard. That thing is terrifying, you can't lie. That thing is terrifying. Look at it.
He's just standing there, menacing.
What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday. Today we went on TikTok Live in the morning, so that went pretty well. We got some people from different countries that tuned in, so super excited about that. I think we're going to be doing that more often. And then today we're also cutting these special little signs. This is going to be for a lobby sign that's going in a salon. So the owner of the salon is very specific on his style and the type of design he wants, so this lobby sign is going to go crazy. So we're going to have these acrylic, I'll show you guys. So we're gonna have these acrylic scissors, and then on top we'll do like a black vinyl to kind of simulate the shadows. As you guys can see, we got that special chrome vinyl setup, got that special chrome acrylic setup. And then here is the other part of the lobby sign, and this is a 3D cut star that we made. And his design is basically the star, and then boom, the little scissors on there, and it's gonna look so clean, so neat. It's going on a white desk. And as soon as the guys return, they're gonna start working on this. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything up to get the print done for this cutout. And it is made on like a foam board that has like this plastic cover on top, so that should help the installation process. We typically don't get a lot of orders for these, but I think I'm going to start taking a lot more orders for these cutouts, just because it is a super cool looking thing, and they're also not that expensive to make.
Oye, vamos a tirar una cumbia con carajo. Vale. Dale mi negrita, baby, baila. Ese cuerpito de tequila y playa. Quemadita en bikini soleada. Bien cabrón cuando baila rebajada.
Here's this cutout that we're working on, and basically what we wanted to do is have this guy standing here, and we were debating whether we were going to put a piece on the back to add some extra support, but I like the effect of it not having anything on the legs and it just being the guy standing up. And yeah, this is just a foam board cutout with some little stands on the back, and there you go. That's the guy. Most important step is adding our sticker to the back. But with the foam cutout out of the way, it was time for the main event, the Estrella Salon interior signage that we're doing. So first off, we're doing these chrome decals. These are actually going to be for the vinyl wall wrap that's happening. We're also going to be doing some window perf, so we're going to go ahead and print that out, prep it. That's easy. And the last thing, the most important thing, is going to be the lobby sign. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge because everything is made in such a specific way that will only fit once. So we only have one chance to do this. If we don't do it right, then we got to scrap the whole thing and start all over. For the lobby sign, it's going to be up to Kevin to apply this extra carefully. Now, when it comes to this chrome acrylic, there's a couple of things that you have to know. One, it holds on to stains super easily, so all those finger oils, anything like that, it's going to hold on to it super easily, and you're going to have to clean. Two, this chrome acrylic is notorious for scratching, and once it's scratched, it's pretty much gonna stay scratched. So you want to be extra careful, not bump it into things, not have any rings on your hand when you're working with it. And 3, once we apply the vinyl decals on here, they're pretty much on there, because trying to remove the vinyl decals itself is not hard, but what is hard is the cleanup process that's going to come afterwards, because that vinyl will stick on, it'll leave the glue, and like I said, this acrylic is notorious. It holds on to that glue, it holds on to things, and trying to remove it, scrape it off, you're going to end up scratching it. So there really is only one chance to get this right. All right, now it's time for phase 2 of the plan. We're going to be applying this vinyl pattern onto a clear acrylic. The clear acrylic is going to serve as basically the backboard that's going to be holding all the different acrylics together. And the pattern that we have here is basically just the outline, but it's cut in a way to where the outline won't be able to be visible, and we can definitely tell where each shape goes. Clear acrylic, just like mirrored acrylic, tend to have that same tendency of scratching really easily. That's why whenever we work with these materials, we try to keep that protective liner on there as much as possible. That's why you see that brown paper around it, because that's the protective original liner, and we really don't want to mess with that until it's time to actually install the sign and it's going to be in its permanent home. This ensures that even through production and transportation, the acrylic arrives within the best conditions possible. All right, here we are, and our cool 3D acrylic star had a little teeny tiny problem because of the file. So the digital file, we just downloaded a 3D made file, like a pre-made file, and it came with a little error on it. So to fix it, we have our specialist here, our specialist artiste.
My name is Ollie. I'm 27. I like long walks on the beach.
Okay.
While sipping pina coladas.
Anyway,
No, I'm just kidding. I do nails, so I guess I'm a bit of an artiste, if you will.
What's your nail shop called?
Third Eye Boutique. Check us out on Instagram at thirdeye.boutique and TikTok. I'm not really sure what the name is, but we'll link it down below. So right now we're just filling in these gaps with some gel. Just to kind of give it an even surface. And I'm turning my head to the side so I can see if it's from the side flush with the star.
Tell us what you got going on, my boy.
So what we're currently doing is preparing the scissors symbol logo for the clear board that we're going to install for Estrella. But right now we're preparing it with taking off the double-sided backing tape that we installed before. You missed that step. As well as putting silicone, clear silicone, and small amounts of it. Precision is key with this sign. Every little detail matters, and you want to have gloves on. That way you don't stain the front. And if you do get silicone on your gloves, immediately replace, because it will start spreading. I'm going to be very careful with the silicone. Acuérdese cómo te ensuciaste la otra vez. Now, what we're going to do is peel some of the transfer tape paper that we have here and only reveal where the little scissor logo is at. We're going to take it off all eventually, but we just want to protect everything as much as we can. Check, tighten the gloves. Listo? And just kind of a very precise thing. Okay.
Nada más tiene una.
You only get one shot with this. Listo?
Ya lo dejé. Okay, dale. Yeah.
There we go. Now what we want to do is use the palm of our hand, which is the cleanest, and gently press down. That way we don't scratch the surface or move it around. Now when that's all said and done, we get our transfer tape that we previously had on, and this is just an extra bit of protection, and we apply it back on. And now we repeat the steps until we finish the sign, which will be happening very shortly.
On my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real.
All right, everyone, it is now Friday, and it is the day that we're gonna go install that big sign that we've been working on, that Estrella Salon sign that we've been working on this week. It's a little bit of a complex project, but we finally got it done last night, as you guys saw. And this morning, I have a banner that they just ordered last minute, so we're gonna go ahead and get that done before we head over to the installation site. Banners are one of those things that are great to make because they have a great profit margin, and the material cost is actually quite low. All right, we are on the job site of the installation. Here we got Kevin. What's the plan?
I was gonna make a joke, but I better not. But what we're gonna do is basically install a nice wall sign with vinyl and put some perforated on the outside windows, as well as mount a special sign, a custom sign for him, underneath the desk of the front desk. Oh God, I almost died.
First thing we're going to install is the desk's acrylic lobby sign. The reason is that it is the most sensitive. It's going to be the most tedious. So we want to go ahead and get that out the way and make sure that that one is properly done. Take our time with it, and then we can move on to the easy stuff.
You do like do like do crazy, oh crazy, oh crazy, crazy, oh crazy, oh crazy, do crazy, do crazy, do crazy, do crazy, crazy, do like do like do crazy, oh like do crazy,
Now with the lobby sign all done and out of the way, it's time to focus on the wall wrap. One is going to be a matte black vinyl, the other one is going to be a chrome vinyl, and the other one is going to be a printed decal. For the matte black, we used Avery. For the chrome, we ended up using this brand called Shield, something like that. I got it off of signwarehouse.com. So if you're looking for chrome vinyl, that's a good place to look for them. There's also like different brands and stuff, but that's the one that was available. And we've used it before on vehicles and it works really well. So I figured it would work well for the wall. It's kind of tricky with chrome vinyls. The next thing is the printed. The printed, we ended up using a 3M wall wrap. For the laminate, we either used General Formulations or Matte Tack. I can't remember exactly what we used for this project. Just Matte Tack has been out of stock, so we ended up swapping it. Most of our laminates out now for General Formulations, but it just depends on what was in stock. I just can't remember. I think it was still Matte Tack. Either way, it's going to be a matte finish on that print. When we have a wall design that's like this, that has multiple elements, multiple different vinyls involved, we always want to have like this little worksheet that I like to create. Basically tells the installer where each piece goes. Sometimes you can have markers and things like that, but I find that having this one with the preset measurements ends up helping and makes the workflow go faster. When we have a lot of different pieces to an installation, so we're doing like an interior sign, we're doing exterior sign, we're doing window perf. When we're doing all the branding for a location, we want to kind of do it as effectively as possible. So anything that helps the installation go faster and smoother, we're definitely going to try to do before we get to the site. So definitely having like a little cheat sheet with all the measurements of where everything goes helps out. Another thing that I want to talk about when it comes to wall wrap installation is that once you're there, once you're at the location, and in general, this goes for any installation, that it's game time. So you kind of have to come prepared for the unexpected. You can come prepared with, you know, the measurements, you come prepared with all the vinyl, a little bit of extra vinyl if, you know, something happens. But once you're at the location, once you're at the site, you know, things can happen that you weren't really planning for. So you always have to plan for that. I know I just said you weren't ready, but then I said you are ready, but you know what I mean. Prepare for the unexpected. For this installation in particular, that chrome vinyl ended up being a little bit more difficult than we thought. So we just adjusted the installation technique, basically going a lot slower, like really, really slow, so it would stick and tack down appropriately. Like, for example, sometimes people paint the walls with the wrong paint. That could just be that, you know, they weren't expecting to do a wall wrap. You were just so good at selling that they were like, oh, let me go ahead and do the wall wrap. Or sometimes they don't know what type of paint, and you know, nobody takes that into consideration when they're painting. They're just looking for the best, cleanest color, etc. So, you know, the other thing that you have to consider with the paint is making sure that it's fully dry, fully outgassed. Typically, if the paint is fully dried and they haven't painted it, like, you know, yesterday, you should be fine. But like I said, sometimes paint causes the material to fail. That's why before you go into the installation, you should probably tell the client about the paint. But you know, if they disregard that, or if that happens to be a miscommunication or anything, whatever happens, installers have to be ready for that. And if that's the case, you just stop the installation, ask them to repaint the wall in the appropriate paint, and you know, you don't want to apply vinyl where you know that it's gonna fail.
I don't need this no more. I don't need to stay, finna walk out that door. My mistake, giving you love galore. Hope you find someone that can really adore you. Don't worry, I ain't keeping grudges, cause I'm doing better, life cannot be more golden. But honestly, I won't lie, sometimes I ask why I can't get you out my head. Now hard to forget that
Hey big boss man, I think we put it on the wrong wall.
I really need to cut you off. You're always trying to lead me on. You're making all these promises, and you'd always quit. You're just another hypocrite. No, I'm can't 시간을 후회해. No, you thought that I would always stay, but you thought I'd be yours, and 지금은 몰라 nobody. Someone tell me why.
Photo op background was installed, that was gonna be it for us. The owner was so kind and gave Kevin and my mom a special treatment on their hair. You know how to get all cute and stuff. Big shout out to the owner, and if you're ever in Atlanta, Georgia, make sure you stop by and get your hair done at Estrella Salon. All right, everybody, that is it for this week. My name is June with Rey Signs. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you guys can learn more about sign making, car wraps, and everything that has to do with the sign business. Also, make sure you guys are following us on social media at Rey Signs. We post a lot of TikToks. We are starting to do a lot more TikTok lives, so make sure that you guys are tuned in for that. And that's gonna be it for it. Hit the like button if you learned something today, and make sure you guys are subscribed. Again, peace out. Bye.